My brother, he thinking, you are my friend. Matt is my boyfriend.
What do you mean?
So he doesn't know about Amani?
Oh dear, there's trouble in Throuple paradise already. But having landed in America, Sarper is also shocked by what he sees. Shekinah's house/workplace isn't quite what he expected.
Not cooking in a house? What the I mean, are we living in a hotel room? By the way, hotel room is bigger than her house. Everywhere is full of her equipment.
The poor guy has just moved halfway across the world to be with her, and she's only now thinking to tell him that he's not going to be able to cook in his own home. Now, before we dive into Sarper's shock and displeasure, let's kick off proceedings with Matt, Amani and Any. So we join them the morning after the night before back at their hotel room, and they all seem to be very cosy. They all seem to be getting on like a house on fire, but I can't help but notice Matt and Any seem particularly comfortable with one another. Like when Amani leaves the bed, they continue to get even closer to each other. They snuggle up even more, and it soon becomes apparent why it is that they're feeling so touchy-feely and close this morning.
Last night, Amani is sick. I wanna try play with her, but she's no, not today, not tonight. After that, I have sex with Matt.
Now, if they're all in a relationship together, then surely this is allowed, right? I mean, we're not exactly clear. Like, they haven't actually told us what their rules about intimacy in pairs is. Remember, they keep telling us this isn't about sex. We have a deeper connection than that. But hold on to that thought because it's all going to unravel pretty shortly. But for now, the trio get ready for their next adventure.
We're about to spend 2 weeks together. We're gonna go to Ensenada. We're gonna go to Guadalajara. We're gonna meet her family. This is the longest time we've ever spent together.
Now, they want to spend every possible moment together getting to know one another, and on the road, that gives them the perfect opportunity to do this. But you'd be forgiven for thinking that, given that Amani and Matt are talking about divorcing so that one of them can then go on to marry Any and bring her over to the States, you'd have hoped that they already know each other quite well. But clearly they don't. You see, Any begins to get quite nervous about the prospect of Matt and Amani meeting her family. She admits, in fact, that her family might not be fully prepared for this. Why? Ask Matt and Amani. What have you told them about us? Like, what does your brother know about us, for example?
My brother, he thinking, you are my friend. Matt is my boyfriend.
What do you mean?
So he doesn't know about Amani?
He knows about Amani in the sense that he's seen photos of all three of us together, she says, but he just doesn't understand that all three of us are in a relationship. He thinks that Amani is my friend and Matt is my boyfriend, and that does not go down well at all with Amani.
I'm a third wheel coming all the way to Guadalajara. You hear this? Honestly, I'm still trying to process what she just said.
Amani is understandably quite hurt. Like, it's not nice, the person that she loves hiding her. That's really triggering for Amani. She tells us, in my past, I've had to hide things and I refuse to ever do that again. Now, she doesn't dive into the specifics here. I presume she's talking about hiding her true sexuality from her family, maybe. But either way, Any tries to reassure her by promising when we meet my family, I will explain everything to them. But, she warns, be prepared, my family are very religious. There is a very real risk that they might disown me for being in a relationship with a married couple. She's visibly scared. She's worried that she might lose her family over this. But explaining this still doesn't really evoke much sympathy from Matt and Amani.
All parties here involved are making a lot of sacrifices. The least you can do is introduce us to your family for us to know that you're serious about us, you know?
I will.
I just need some time to prepare them, Any explains. But again, Amani and Matt aren't happy with that either. We came here looking to get your family's blessing so that we could get engaged, they say. We thought that you were all in, but now after this conversation, we're not so sure. Now, these worries are put on the back burner burner for the time being. They're parked because it's now that they arrive at their accommodation and the hotel owner shows them around their room.
Is it going to be 3 people staying?
Yes.
You need an extra bed, extra towels or something?
We're gonna need extra towels.
Extra bed? No.
All right.
I love how this guy is just like, okay, that's enough, please don't tell me anymore. Like, I get the impression that these guys, for as much as they complain about social norms, they also seem to get a kick out of shocking people. Now, the truth is, even though Amani in particular is annoyed with Annie, that's not going to stop all 3 of them from sharing a bed tonight. But the second that Annie goes off to put on her bathing suit, they begin talking about her and what she revealed in the car behind her back.
Makes the situation awkward.
I need to be clear with that with her. Maybe I should be more clear. I'm done playing nice. I always try to tiptoe around her feelings.
I'm done playing nice, she says. Like, does that sound like a healthy relationship? Just a reminder, this is their second night together. Already things are beginning to get tense. Perhaps a dip in the hot tub might be exactly what the doctor ordered, right? Well, no, because no sooner than they all settle in than Annie drops another bombshell.
He's shy.
He's shy.
Yeah, he gets shy around us.
But yesterday, when just leave, he had sex with me.
Matt might be acting all shy now, but that certainly wasn't the case while you were sleeping last night, Annie tells Amani. And learning this, Amani's face says it all. Thank you for telling me, she says. Matt didn't tell me. But while her mouth may be saying thank you, she does not mean it. She is fuming. And now, just to make matters worse, Matt has also been blindsided by Annie's confession. Like, he doesn't know how to react.
I don't think anyone was hiding it from you, you know? I don't think that was...
It doesn't matter. She still said something about it.
Amani's pissed. I don't exactly know what to tell her.
Matt says he thought it would be fine. All 3 of them were in the bed together after all. Amani was ill. She preferred to sleep. I didn't think it would be a problem, he says. But Amani disagrees. You should have asked. You should have considered me, she says. Like, this is all a very complicated relationship, but one thing is clear. For this to stand any chance whatsoever, communication between all 3 of them needs to be impeccable. Like, they need to set some ground rules. They all need to know exactly what the do's and don'ts are for situations exactly like this. But the irony is here, for as much as he may have enjoyed last night, now, just like Amani, Matt is also annoyed at Annie. She threw me under the bus, he says. Why did she feel the need to have to do that? Is this a taste of what's to come, he asks.
The fact that Ani told it to Amani as if I was the one hiding something just makes me feel like they're ganging up on me.
So just to recap, Annie is terrified about telling her religious parents. Amani is annoyed that she feels she's being hidden by Annie. And now Matt is feeling like the outsider. He's feeling ganged up on. Oh, and it's still only day 2. Now, moving on, another couple who are no stranger to things going wrong in their past are Sarper and Shekinah. When we last saw them, they were saying goodbye to his parents, ready to board the plane to America. And when we join them in this episode, they're surprised at just how smoothly everything is going so far.
They didn't detain this guy, which is great.
He would be detained, you know that?
Yeah, usually they detain me because of all my surgeries. I don't look like my passport anymore.
Here's an idea, Shekinah. Maybe if your passport photo doesn't resemble you anymore, it might be a sign to stop having more surgery. But I will give her this. At least she owns it. I mean, it is kind of hilarious. But as far as Sarper's concerned, well, he's really struggling to find the humour in anything right now. Being on a plane this long flight, and not to mention the prospect of a whole new life in a country he's never been to before, has him feeling really nervous.
I just like in a dream, nightmare, or whatever you call it.
You're going to America.
Wow. You feel...
Poor Sarper, he has every right to be nervous. Oh, just you wait. Now, before we get to what his life in America is going to be like, first they have to overcome the hurdle of a 13-hour journey. And when they do finally touch down on American soil, Sarper, by the sounds of things, is ready to never have to do that journey ever again.
She came to Turkey 7 times and she took that flight 14 times. I mean, she really loves me. I would never do that.
He's saying it in a jokey way, right? He's making light of it now, but I do wonder whether this is actually a very real concern that's going to rear its head at a later point. Keep in mind, Sarper is incredibly close to his family. If he's this uncomfortable on the long flight between America and Turkey, it's going to restrict how often he's going to be able to go back to see his family. Like, could that factor into his thoughts? Might that prevent him from wanting to live in America permanently? I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But first things first, now that they're in the land of the free, Shekinah is excited to do something they've never done before.
Come here.
Suddenly, there was you.
We're in the US.
If we do it in Turkey, for example, they would probably stone us.
I mean, you just can't make this up, can you? A guy who slept with thousands of women has never kissed in public before. She's taken my public kissing virginity, he says. Like, I guess, in a weird way, it's sweet. It's sweet that she's a first of something, but if only that was the only thing he's going to have to adapt to. I mean, there are a lot more challenges waiting for them.
The difficult part is now going to be learning how to adapt to my life, and I'm going to have to take the lead on a lot of different things, and that might be kind of hard for him.
Shekinah warns that Sarper now is going to have to adapt to her life. But I just hope she knows she's also going to have to adapt her life. Her life will need to change in order to accommodate Sarper. It can't just be one-sided. They're both going to need to make adjustments for this to work, and that's a little bit of foreshadowing there. Now, before we get to that, first things first, before they can get back to Shekinah's apartment, they need to pick up her dogs. My friend, she tells us, has been dog sitting while I've been in Turkey, and when they pull up to this friend's house, boy, is it impressive.
I cannot describe it easily. You know, that LA vibe, the mansion. Wow. I mean, you feel yourself like a celebrity.
Oh dear, Sarper's expectations have just been set. I hope he doesn't think all LA homes look like this. Yeah, in hindsight, I don't think Shekinah has done herself any favours by bringing Sarper here right before he's due to go back to her much smaller place. Now, when they enter the home, when they're reunited with their dogs, the pups and the owners are overjoyed to see one another. But in the midst of all of this excitement, Shekinah wants Sarper to meet her friend's pet. A pet that has the mysterious name Ribeye.
Ribeye.
Oh my God. I mean, first I thought it's a dog, but what is this? It's a cow.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd never heard of a house cow either, but gosh, it is cute, isn't it? This is Ribeye, they tell Sarper, and her brother Brisket is currently sleeping. Great names, but I just hope they don't live up to the names, if you catch my drift. Either way, seeing this, Sarper's mind is absolutely blown. Where am I, he asks. What is this place? What is America?
I believe everything is possible in America. Everything can happen in this country. House cow. Wow.
So, feeling pretty positive, now is the time to head home. But Shekinah's house isn't exactly what Sarper had imagined. It's a lot smaller than what he thought it would be, based on video calls or photos. Any hopes that Sarper may have harboured of having a house cow for himself have gone up in smoke. Heck, there's barely even enough space for his luggage.
There's a lot of facial stuff here, obviously, because I'm also working from home.
Not only does she work from home, right, but all of her equipment, the chairs and all of the fancy gadgets are everywhere. Now, this all looks like expensive stuff. You'd sure hope it would be based on the prices that she charges. But the problem is, Shekinah hasn't prepared Sarper for this at all.
It's a live workspace, so that's difficult because when I have clients, Sarper is going to have to leave. I can't have him there when I'm doing treatments.
Now remember, at least initially, Sarper isn't allowed to work while he's in the States, but if he was hoping to lounge around at home, well, he's got another thing coming. I don't know what Shekinah expects him to do, like the guy knows no one, he has no friends or family in the States, but she expects him to leave anytime one of her clients is coming. But get this, it actually gets a whole lot worse. It's not just that he has to leave, right? It's that the kitchen, half of the apartment, is there purely for show.
This is the kitchen, but we can't really cook like food here because I'm seeing clients and I don't want the place smelling like food.
Oh man.
What?
It's fine, you'll be okay, Shekinah says, but the truth is, he wasn't warned about this before he came. She's only now dropping this bombshell on him. Like, she really doesn't see the issue. She doesn't seem to understand the cost involved in eating out for every single meal, or the fact that Sarper might want to cook and eat his home cuisine that might not be readily available in the local area. I mean, the guy can't even cook breakfast. What is this? If he was hoping for an LA glitz and glam lifestyle, that bubble has well and truly popped.
Not cooking in a house? What the I mean, are we living in a hotel room? By the way, hotel room is bigger than her house. Everywhere is full of her equipment.
This is their life. It's not just a holiday apartment. How is he expected to settle in and live there if he can't make the house a home? It's hardly homely, cozy vibes, is it? Sarper doesn't know what to do. Now, I understand, right, that when Shekinah first moved to his place, she also faced plenty of challenges. But Sarper did make changes to make her feel more at home. It's going to be really interesting to see if Shekinah will do the same for Sarper. How are they both going to adapt to these living conditions? I get the feeling if this is a taste of what's to come, Sarper might be finding himself on another 13-hour flight back sooner rather than later.